are hearing that Danica Patrick has slowed on the racetrack. The first for Team Penske in the Indy racing. And look at Danica, she is just furious.
Stomping her feet. Oh, the original Spider-Man, the one that got her done. Ooh, she's cussing. What is wrong? Danica Patrick's very upset. Very upset. I've never seen her this upset.
She's listed unofficially in 17th position. That man who was frustrated and furious last week is just ecstatic.
You know what, Marty? She really, really wants to do the best job she possibly can.
Here she is on the onboard just when she came to a stop.
I've never seen her that frustrated. She's a great competitor, one of the best women drivers I've ever seen. But boy, that looks like Elio last week. That much frustration, Scott.
It's amazing because, Rusty, you've lived it before. When you're so competitive, you want to get out there and you want to do well.
Hey guys,
a lot of pressure on this young lady. So she is certainly going to be winning some races here very soon.
Well, there she is with Brent Maurer. He's public relations for the team. And yeah, he probably should take it from her before she wants to heave it somewhere.
Yeah, a PR guy around your driver, that's who you need. Please calm down. Let's get back to Elio Castroneves. What about that? You know, he wins the race. You know, he knows he's going to Sears Point, a place that's so good for him, a road course. He's got to be feeling pretty good now, Scott.
Well, I think the most important thing when he says, I can win it, he wants to win the championship. That is his goal. Remember, Penske has never won.
Par so they can get him around to...
Don't break her foot. She's got a couple more races there.
Just drop kick one of the markers.
We got to find out what's going on here. Why is she so frustrated?
Well, you remember at the very beginning of the race, she said she wanted to go out and win one for the team, but I mean, this late in the race, she wasn't a factor to win anyway.
She doesn't have to prove anything to anybody. She's a great driver.
Thanks, Jamie. Danica, you were very frustrated. Why?
Because I was like, was it 2 laps from the end I went out? The guys didn't have any telemetry all day, so they were guessing on the fuel probably, and you know, that was probably what happened. That's their best guess, is we just ran out of fuel. It's just such a hard race. We were not very fast, and I don't know what the deal was, but we were just slow. I mean, we just had, every time I shifted to 6th gear, it went bong. Unless I was in a draft, it was a brutal day. It was a brutal day, and so I wish I would have brought the car home in 7th where it should have been, but things happen.
May have caught that out of my eye. No, it's the 10 car. See, she gets around Dario because Wheldon becomes the pick, and then here's what happened going down into the turn. You're right, it's Wheldon. He just goes diving down.
I like the fact that not only did Danica pass more cars than anybody on the track today, she went down and she thought she was right, and she went down to Wheldon and confronted him. She didn't send her PR man down there and moan in the press. She did what a man would do in a sprint car race. She went down and faced him up head on, and I like that. Whose fault it was, I'm not sure. It might just been one of them racing things.
Castroneves almost got together.
Oh, and he got together with Danica. There was contact there in the pit lane.
That was Briscoe, I think, that she had the contact. Oh.
Yes. That was some hard contact coming out of the pits.
Oh, wow.
Dixon, of course, will be leading on this restart. Mark will finish second. Vitor Meira was just in the lead when he made that last pit stop. You can hear from our vantage point that the cheers go up down the straightaway as she's not even taking the helmet off. She's just walking back to the garage there with the helmet off.
Well, no, she's not walking there. She's not taking the helmet off because if there's any swing, she wants to have that helmet on her head. I think she's walking down to tell Mr. Briscoe that she doesn't appreciate what happened.
Well, let's see exactly where she goes. She is headed to Briscoe's. They're going to stop her. They're going to stop her. Yeah, maybe they won't stop her.
Yeah, they're trying to stop her. They're trying to get her to go across the wall. So far, they're not having much left.
Briscoe's still in the cockpit. They're trying to get her over the wall.
Now, she's not a happy camper right at the moment.
Now the helmet's off. Well, she's talked quite candidly about how intense she is. Remember that time when she ran out of fuel?
Yeah.
Kicking and banging and kicking the big barriers.
Right.
You can see the anger, the frustration on her face.
Well, it's gonna. Oh, she's not happy.
The radio network tried to get an interview with her, and she's pushing people out of the way.
The camera people, the radio people, she's pushing everybody out of the way. She don't want to talk to anybody right now. See, one of our guys down there. Yeah, Vince Wells trying to talk to her. So
now they're trying to put a hand up to block the TV camera. Out. There she's saying out.
I happened to be watching this on the track at this time, and this was the second attempt for Danica Patrick to try and get past Milka Duno. She had caught up to her earlier. She backed off by about a quarter of a track, and then she caught back up to her again very quickly because Milka was off the pace. Now Danica tries to make another move continuously. She gets frustrated, and she does finally get inside Milka going down the back straightaway, but Milka should have moved over because she knew that Danica was much faster at this point in time.
What are you doing? Go, go. If you have mirror, you can see. If you are fast, you can go. I see you. I see you. If you are fast, you can do that show. What the f***? It's not my fault that you're slow. But you're giving everybody a hard time out there. I just want to talk to her about it. I've been texting 3 times this weekend. Find your best. I just don't know. You like show. You like show. Go. Go away of here. You like show. If you are fast, fast because you are fast, yes? Because you can pass without problem.
When you're in the corner and you turn down. Oh, do you see? All I want to know is if you see me.
Please go away. Go away.
Do you think that your money can
You are the one from here. You are the one from here.
You know what? Ryan Barnhart is going to talk to you. Take care of it.
I mean, just barely touched.
And it looks like Danica stalled.
Yeah, she did. She started to take off, and then she stalled. Oh, boy.
Oh, my.
And Marco, yeah.
And Marco, a lot of damage to the front.
Got his
to
wing.
right front of the wing.
Just when you thought you knew what was happening at the Nickel Indy 300, the drama continues. It's full course yellow in turn 8. And now Danica Patrick has got involved in this and stalled the engine.
Yeah, she's awful excited, but, you know, they're not going to get to her first. She's not having a good weekend, not having a good day, not running very strong. She's been pretty animated there, though. I got to say that for her.
But it's not going to help her because they're trying to clear the cars that caused the yellow. There was contact between Ed Carpenter and Graham Rahal, and she is going off.
That's not a way to treat the safety workers. They're trying to get you out of the way, get things cleared.
She's the only car left now.
Okay, if you were one of those safety workers and you were getting yelled at, how fast would you move?
Oh, trouble.
Uh-oh. Ooh, that's Danica Patrick and Michael McDowell. Oh, man, she's torn up pretty bad.
We're driving on the ramp. He can't hear.
And that's a second wreck today for Michael. We saw him spin on the straightaway there and get into the wall, and now it looks like he's had another issue and collected Danica Patrick.
So caution out for the third time in this race, and some pretty heavy damage.
She runs in there pretty snug on him. She said he turned down, but it looked to me like she ran in there and there just wasn't enough room. I think she slid up just a little bit and got into the left rear of Michael. And they went for a ride.
No turn signals on these cars.
No,
Judging
baby.
intentions can be a little tough without hand signal out the window.
See, as I get down into turn 1 here, this is a place, and Morgan Shepherd just literally got loose getting in there, and that's one thing. It's your responsibility to that driver on the inside not to let that happen. You know there's no banking to lean on, and this will happen more than once today.
I guess the only thing that Danica could have done there is maybe give him a little bit more room. Watch on the restart here. That's a little nudge to the 89 saying thank you very much, I think.
She goes up the track.
Yeah, that was my fault. I guess she thought I meant to do that.
Hold on to it, hold on to it, hold on. And it's Danica Patrick. She has tagged the wall.
Well, what the f is that?
It's one of those things here.
He just slapped it right into the front of me. What? I'm fine. I'm just
She gets mad. When she gets mad, she shows her frustration.
Yeah, that was my fault. I guess she thought I meant to do that. Don't worry, she's never been wrong about anything in her whole life. I wouldn't worry about it.
She goes to the inside of Sato. That is turn 1, and the incident, of course, was in turn 3. So it looks like Sato may try to get that position back. Oh, no, he just gets into the back of her.
Well, it almost looked like he was going to go to her left. Just a few laps ago, when Danica Patrick came into the pits and went to exit her pits, she gave the old thumbs up, good trides with Takuma Sato, who she got in a fracas with just a moment ago. So, no, it wasn't the #1 finger, but it wasn't a good job either, Bob.
Seen a lot of tandem drafting, seen a lot of pack racing, and about every caution we've seen, at least the last couple anyway, has been bump drafting gone wrong.
Yeah, and right there, Danica was realized she got hit behind pretty hard, too hard at that part of the racetrack, but she also will learn a lesson from that. She had the opportunity just to turn it left and lock it down. Probably wouldn't have been much damage, just get 4 tires.
Yeah, he wrecked the shit out of you there.
Brother, what the f is he thinking?
While we were watching the race for the win, this happened.
Whoops. Looks like Sam ran Danica out of room. She didn't like that.
I didn't think much of that.
Sydney right on you, inside easy.
What the hell do they do that for? Like, I'm f***ing 5 laps down.
Sam Hornish on the bottom here. Gets up into her. The last thing I remember between Hornish and Danica, there was no love lost there from previous races.
Yeah, that wreck right there was initiated by Sam Hornish. Gets into the left rear of Danica. She can't do anything but try to chase the car up the hill right into Brad Sweet. See the deck lid tether doing their job, holding that deck lid attached to the car.
Gonna be a little contact here. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's real unfortunate because she did have an incredible race going to be on the lead lap at 435 lap.
19th place lead lap after 400 laps here at Bristol tonight. And out of it.
It's so frustrating as a driver. You worked your tail off all night long to kind of stay out of trouble, get yourself in position for a good finish or a chance at a win. But that's Bristol. That's what we come to expect here and what the fans have come to expect. And we're seeing a lot of contact tonight.
You're going to see another helmet toss? A finger point.
Yes.
This was earlier in the race.
Oh, yeah, a little history.
She gets in on the bumper, but just doesn't get off of him. Right there where you're talking, and you just turn it left and lock it down.
And she had a chance to not go up hit that wall.
Well, rule number 1 of stock car racing is learn how to wreck someone without wrecking yourself.
Oh, these two have got together before.
Trouble. It is Hornish into the wall in turn 3. Caution flag is out. That the beginning of Sam's troubles. And this, the continuation.
That tire was rubbing really bad. They tried to get him into the pit, but didn't get him there quick enough. That was Danica taking over that 19th spot. So she's had a very solid day here.
Danica Patrick began the day in 25th, currently runs in the top 20. Steve?
And Mike, she's saying her car is consistent at both ends of the racetrack. She also told crew chief Tony Gibson, it's amazing how some cars move over, but nobody wants to move over. For me, specifically, she's upset with David Gilliland in the 38.
Tries to take me hard. Tries to take me hard every time. I'm smarter than I'm coming after him if he does it again. In fact, I might just do it right now.
We'll be fine. Just everybody calm down. We got a good car. We'll pass him back.
You know, Larry, do I recall that similar thing happened here last year with her and, was it David Ruderman? Was that last year?
It did, and it didn't work out too well. But while she was complaining about David Gilliland, we all of a sudden got a battle for the lead with Jimmy Johnson in the 48 and Matt Kenseth in the 20. But back to Danica Patrick, stay focused on the task at hand. You just cracked the top 20. You need runs like this, and you need to continue to run all these laps. Don't worry about David Gilliland, who's back there running in 23rd.
Kyle Busch not the only one with pit issues. The tricky entrance at Dega left Danica little time to slow down to speed. She missed pit lane, goes into the grass, and was hit with a speeding penalty. Danica not happy. Here's what she had to say.
I didn't get any help on pit in, so you saw what happened. I about got crashed because I went so fast coming in. You know, you say just pit with people. Well, it's really hard to do that when you're just come out of the corner and slam on the brakes. So I'm sorry I missed pit in, but I about crashed with 2 cars on the way in. We just need a more organization when it comes to pitting on speedways.
All right, Patrick's on the outside, 3rd car in line.
Yeah, right over here is where Danica is. And she starts to come. Yeah, she turns.
She comes down on Denny Hamlin.
Left, and there's Denny Hamlin. That sits her into the outside wall.
And Carl's right in the middle of it. Look at Edwards lock up the brakes in that yellow car. All but squeak through, and he does.
Yeah, actually, that's
wow.
Kenseth in a 20 car just squeezed
Kenseth,
through there.
me.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, that was almost disastrous for a bunch of good race cars. Yeah, it looked like Danica started left. I'm not sure. We'll watch right here again. See her back there, and here comes Denny. I think Denny dove out from behind her. She didn't realize he had moved out from behind her. She started to go left, and he was there.
Annette tries to go high, and I believe he had a push from behind. Got tangled up in it. Yeah, it was Kenseth.
Oh, my gosh. I don't know how he missed that.
And Kyle Larson in 42 just as well. You know, the thing about Danica Patrick, Michael Annett, and Jeb Burton, as far as headed into the duels tomorrow, by no means are those 3 drivers safe on speed or owner points.
Mike Wallace on the bottom, Denny Hamlin behind Danica. Give her a little shot there getting in the corner, but it sort of, it's just in that spot. It's what Kevin Harvick was so upset with Joey Logano about. You can bump me some places, but there are some places you can't do that.
It worked as long as they were going in a straight line.
As long as you're going straight, yeah, but I'm just.
All right, watch the 11, Hamlin.
Yeah.
Right on the back of Patrick.
Yeah. And just a little bump in the wrong place. Bobby Labonte, absolutely, just nowhere to go.
Boy, Ryan Newman in the 31 just barely gets through there.
But Darrell, if Hamlin slams on the brakes, Reed Sorensen in the 44 is going to run right over top.
What are you doing?
Danica,
Seriously, you did the same thing in practice.
Honey,
You did the same thing.
I did not
You get
touch
on my
you.
left rear and it spins me out. You did the same thing. Tighten what up? Nobody else left me with a problem
Nobody
out there.
has your back like I have. Stop. Now
I
listen to
would've
me.
thought so.
Listen
Danny,
to me.
I
But I
would've
can't
thought so.
give you an extra 2 feet because
Dude,
it's
you give me nothing. You give me nothing. It spun my
If I
back end
don't-
around.
I understand. It's because you're loose. It's not my problem if you're loose, Dan.
No, you're
Absolutely. You were loose entering the corner, so you went up the racetrack.
Because you were.
Danica.
It happened twice. The same person, the same way.
But guess what? I didn't
Same
hit you
person,
either
same
time.
way.
I didn't hit you either time.
Well, then apparently you don't have to actually hit me.
This is the 38 running the 10 all the way up the track, and then Danica into the wall. A tough situation for Danica Patrick as she comes down, and the 38 stops right in front of her.
Yeah, Danica.
And now they're not going to stop. It's not over.
Danica's upset at Gilliland from early in the race. Remember, the two got together, and Danica tried to pay her back, and pay him back, rather. And
probably go to the garage, I'd say.
She got the worst of it.
A lot of damage now to the 10. And is it over? If she catches back up to the 38. The 38's going to stay on the track. She is not.
Casey Kane, looks like Casey went to go tuck in behind her and just misjudged it, got into her right rear, turned her into the wall. Hard impact.
Man, right down the straightaway here. Woo. She's going by Casey here, making the pass, and man, he just clips her in the right rear and turns her into the fence. I gotta believe she might be a little upset with that little move.
Should I get out?